Alright, so it looks like I didn't miss too much here. Let me get the chat open and we'll see what we got. Ooh, Nightdew taking a death. Alright, so making some Hydra checks. Dragondarch gonna make a quick wild warp out there. I'm trying to figure out, get caught up here and see what they have. I can see already that there's at least a sort of fire. Get the chat open here. You guys can update me as to what they need to have updated on the tracker to see what it actually is that I've missed so far. Alright. Hello! Sorry for that. I had to get the kids off to school before I could get here for commentary, so. Here we go. Nightdew gonna check out the Oasis Cave. It looks like Dragondarch's gonna make his way back over to Portoa. He's gonna check... I'm guessing since he has a Sword of Wind, do they have Flight? Did we check Rage? I missed out on it. Let's see where we're at here. Fire Sword and Change are the only big items yet. So that would be a Fire Sword. At least. I think I saw a Sword of Wind for Nightdew there. Ooh, that's a quick reset for Dragondarch. Taking a quick poisoning here in the waterfall cave. It looks like those are some vanilla enemies with those crabs. But we have archers as well. Those are definitely not vanilla. And the refresh spell. Nice. Looks like Dragondarch is slightly ahead at this point based on the key item count. Rage does not want the swords that they have. That's going to be a ball of fire that Dragondarch's got over there. I noticed they have a bow too, but I don't know which bow that is. Maybe we can get a quick peep here at some point. If anybody happened to catch that. Oh, it's the Bow of Truth. Okay, cool. Bow of Truth. Alright, so making the way through the waterfall cave here, Dragondarch gonna make his check on the right. That brain really wanted to get a piece. While Nightdew's going up Hydra here, he's gonna make the first check in the chest on the ledge on the right. It's the only one on Hydra that doesn't require a Sword of Wind, or, you know, some kind of access to the other side of the river. So, I'm not sure what he's going to miss here. I didn't see it when Dragondarch was here. I was just getting in when I saw him make the check, so. Get to see what the item is that he missed. It is the Ball of Fire. Okay, so now we're even on that. And the Flight spell for Dragondarch, hiding out in the waterfall cave on the right. That is beautiful, because now you can jump right across the river here and grab his insect flute. That's going to open up a ton of the game. Dragondarch going to update his tracker here that I know he's using. He's going to head back to Goa. That's probably going to be a quick trip over to Shiren now, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks like Nightdew's going to be following suit, heading right over towards Porto at this point. Never mind, he's going to go for Cordell Plains. This is unfortunate because, unbeknownst to him, he's missing out on that flight spell. That's a rough one there. Dragondarch going to head straight for Sahara. He's going to go to the, probably make the pyramid checks. There's an easy 3 items there. Plus he gets the warp point. So that'll be nice. And then he's probably going to head into the back of Carmine's basement from there. Going to check the shop. Warp boots, not terrible in price there. 167. Not the greatest, but not too bad either. That's at least it's a quick and easily accessible location he can come back to later on, looking for warp boots if he needs them. Gonna depend on where that teleport spell's hiding out at. Nightdew, meanwhile, not sure if he's gonna go all the way to Bryn Mawr and make the check. Looks like he's going to. Wasn't sure if he was gonna just make a checkpoint there and head on to Saber South. Personally, I wouldn't do that because if for some reason you need to warp out, at least if you have the Bryn Mawr warp point, you can come back to that quickly. And Dragondarch's got a really nice grind spot here. This should be a couple of quick levels for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for 5 at least. These are essentially free enemies. The gold will be nice, and they're going to line up, you know, so he can just blast them. This is a really nice spot. And if he remembers about this, he could always come back later if he needs some extra levels. I didn't happen to see what Akahana was looking at there. That went pretty quick. If anybody else saw that, that'll be interesting to know. And we're going to get to find out what's at the Kaladan spot here. That's a Carissa plant hiding out in the magic ring chest there in the pyramid. And the teleport spell! Look at that! So those warp boots are going to be kind of irrelevant here. Early teleport is beautiful. You know, it's nice and all to find that, but, you know, until he finds that flight spell, he's going to be kind of floundering over here on the left side of the map. And it's going to be a slightly more inefficient and definitely more dangerous clear of Mount Saber South. Good fight against Dragon, free kill, and Dragondarch is rewarded with a magic ring and the paralysis spell. Well, that's got a little history with that particular check with the paralysis spell, so we'll see if he goes to check that Kensu spot early or not. He does have a change at this point, so he can get access to Swan to check out what that is. It'd be interesting to see where they're at. Nightdew, meanwhile, making his way up Mount Saber here. Gonna make the first ledge check, and it is an opal statue. Good for safety, not good for progression. No telepathy yet, so we can't make the Dio check there in the Sahara field. But we're going to be heading into Carmine's basement. Probably going to full clear the Oasis Cave at this point. Obviously with the exception of the Thunder Wall. Because we do not have a Sword of Thunder yet. Now keep in mind, that Sword of Thunder is still at large. So at any time, they can basically just get kicked right out of a dungeon. You know, no matter where they're at when they find that Sword of Thunder. Ooh, a key to Stixie. With that flight spell, that's 6 full checks Dragondarch's going to be able to make on that one there. And he's going to set a quick checkpoint here just in case the rest of the items here are bunk, he can reset out. Going to make the island check first. Not a big surprise there. Nightdew, meanwhile, I think he got turned around? Or I guess he's just going to go on the outside. Most of the runners I know take the standard route and run to the right because it avoids you having to go out onto this ledge. Depending on what monsters are in this particular cave, though, which Medusas, it can be okay. Ooh, look at that. Medusas that are free. Got a nice magic ring over there in the Oasis Cave, so nothing special, but at the same time, why bother resetting out? That magic ring would definitely be worthwhile. Uh-oh. Medusa, what are you doing? Apparently going stupid and giving Nightdew the the free win there. That was close. First check across the river. That is a Bow of Moon. Oh, baby. 2 of 3 bows for Dragondarch. Well on his way to getting into boss and go mode. At this point, once he finds the Bow of Sun, progression kind of slows as to halt. Slows to a crawl. Once he finds the ability to get access to the whole game. He's just going to kind of blast his way through it. Just needs that one more bow. Oh, was that what it was? It was a Sword of Water in the in the water over there on the island. Very nice. Let's take a look-see. Statue of Onyx. So our old buddy Slime Kensu is looking for the Statue of Onyx. Flame Bracelet for Tornell, and that's a hazmat suit. Uh-oh, that's going to give Nightdew a bunch more checks over here on the eastern side, the Cornell Plains. But it looks like he's going to opt to head for the Waterfall Cave, which is going to get him that flight spell, which is really good. Carmine's basement so far, that's a Mimic. And another Mimic. What is this? The double Mimic check. Now, unfortunately, the RO flag isn't on, and the side effect of that is that you can't shoot through walls with level 1 projectiles, so these Mimics are moving like idiots, and these bats are in the way. This is kind of dangerous. Not entirely 100% on board with that play. This is very dangerous. Now, granted, he did just make a checkpoint and hasn't really found anything yet, and an opal statue. So not the most dangerous of all things. But even still, ooh man, these bats. Ooh, that was close. The Wyvern trying very hard. Oh, I expect we're going to see a reset here, depending on what he finds in this chest. No, or not. He's just going to keep going. He does not care about that opal statue. Kind of surprising, actually, because he didn't really lose out on much there. So he does have a 50% chance of being able to damage Carmine here. Carmine being one of the easiest of all the bosses. Nope, it's not fire. And it's not water. Well, ooh. Yep, see, I don't mind this play. 18 scaling early in the game, nothing special here. Carmine's a really easy boss. If you're going to tank one, Carmine's the boss to do it on. Knowing exactly how he moves and being able to handle the projectiles easily, this should be pretty free. Nightdew picking up his flight spell over there in the Waterfall Cave. You know he's happy to see that. But he's probably thinking to himself, I could have gotten that a long time ago. However, finding that insect flute, he does have that hazmat suit, which means there's a high likelihood here we're going to see at least a play at the giant insect over there. Doesn't mean we're going to see another tank fight at a Nightdew, but he definitely has the ability to do so. Now, depending on how long it takes Dragondarch to take down Carmine here, Nightdew could make up a little bit of time here. So far, though, you know, his play over to the eastern side of the map hasn't really gotten him a whole lot over what Dragondarch already has. It's gotten him some knowledge, but not a whole lot of progression. I think the hazmat suit and the teleport spell are, you know, the best things he's found. Teleport's not even progressionary at this point because they don't have teleport. And that's a magic ring in Aurelius' basement. I did not see what Aurelius was asking for, so I'm not entirely sure what item it was she's looking for, but whatever it was, Nightdew did not have it. Oop, Dragondarch trying to get the stab off. Carmine having none of it. So not only is this fight taking him a while to take down, but on top of it, he's used a considerable amount of resources at this point. He's burned a magic ring, he's burned a medical herb, and he's spent a fair amount of time. If this play doesn't pan out, this could be one of those that, you know, helps Nightdew get back into this. There it is, Carmine down. And he gets a magic ring. Take a look at what the other item is. It's a fruit of cow. Not exactly worth the tank fight at that point. That one kind of hurts a little bit. That's a little bit of a long play there for a couple of consumables. Dragondarch gonna go and check to see if Rage wants the Sword of Water here. And Nightdew is able to damage the giant insect. It is weak to fire. We are not going to see a repeat of his last race. This is good. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Porto to check Rage. That was the Goa Field area. My bad. He's going to statue glitch, get his way into Shire in here. He's going to check to see what our old pal Zebu has. Nightdew taking down the giant insect. And doesn't look like he got anything progressionary, so He's going to go and check Stom here. Zebu holding onto a shield ring. You know, if it wasn't required in order to force Mato to appear in Goa for Mato 1, that would be a check you probably reset out of. Nightdew saying see you to Stom. And he's going to be rewarded with a Fruit of Lime. That's not useful. Now, if I'm Nightdew, I throw that thing on the ground and I jump up and down 2 or 3 times on top of it. Because get that crap out of my inventory. Nobody wants that. However, I think he's holding on to it for the memes. Yeah, I want my warp boots back too. They're far more useful than what you got for that. That is not a good trade. Dragondarch making his way up Hydra at this point. He's going to check that Stixie. But he's going to check the first chest over here in Hydra. There is one check you can make here without the Sword of Wind, as I mentioned before. So he's going to make that play. Nightdew, meanwhile, making his way over to the pyramid. He's going to get his stuff there. Statue of Onyx. So now the next time he heads back into Goa, he can cure our old pal Slime Kensu. Not a bad find. Depending on what he's holding on to, will depend on whether or not that turns out to be something important. That might end up actually being, you know, a progressionary play, depending on what's found in Stixie here. Nightdew going for the quick kills here, just like Dragondarch did. Doesn't have too much more experience to get. I expect he's going to get level 6 here. And that's a flail guy hiding out here in the cave of Stixie. Yeah, actually, DD did beat Dragon. I just didn't update it. Bad tracker. Who hired this guy? And a magic ring is the first item across the river here. And there's the Ball of Thunder and the key to prison. Oh, baby! Ooh, that was tough. Taking the bop, trying to get the extra damage there on Dragon. But no problems killing him. And there's our buddy, that flail guy we heard before, hiding out over where Bird is. Ball of Wind. So far, Stixie's actually been a pretty good location. Nightdew, no problems with Dragon, grabbing his consumables there. And also got his Carissa plant there. Now that Nightdew's got that paralysis up, he's going to go and check to see what does Kensu want. Look at this, man. There's a ton of these enemies here on these maps. And he turned in the Carissa plant there and was rewarded with a medical herb, so that's not an important check. Ooh, Dragondarch, be careful. And the eyeglasses. Well, you know, I don't know if they have the alarm flute yet, but that's an extra check out in Joel. Yeah, a number of the characters in this game are actually named after other characters made by SNK, so you'll actually see a lot of references to other games they've made here. Nightdew picking up the key of Stixie there. Gonna go ahead and clear out the rest of this place. We should see him heading back into Goa quickly. Dragondarch loading up on the warp boots here before he heads back over to check on pick up that teleport spell he doesn't know is in Bryn Mawr yet. But with that key to prison and with that key to prison and the Sword of Fire, he's going to check to see what Kelbesk is weak to. I fully agree with this. At this point, he's kind of running out of a number of locations here to check. He does have access to a couple of things, but realistically, he's going to need to go and going to need to check to see what he can do here. It is not fire, nor is it wind. This is a nope out. No thank you. You do not want to deal with Kelby 1 if you don't have to. So now Dragondarch trying to decide what he actually wants to do. I don't think he's checked Rage yet to see if Rage wanted that Sword of Water. He knows he has the play on Kensu at the, you know, with that statue of Onyx. Oh, yes, he did pick that up. Good call. And look at that! He does want the Sword of Water. So that's a couple more checks as well. Looks like he does have a medical herb, so he's going to be able to check the dolphin. No needing to do any shopping. And there's that opal statue. That is... Oh, no, that's the antidote. I'm sorry. He already got the opal statue. That's 2 out of 3. Already found. Did she say... Did she say a sword? Is that what she said? I thought I saw a sword. Does that mean that the glowing lamp and the broken statue are holding onto a sword? I'm pretty sure that's what I saw there. Maybe I misread that, but I thought that said sword. Dragondarch gonna refill his warp boots here, and I'm guessing he's probably gonna head over to... Ooh. Yeah, I thought that said Sword of Fire, but they already have the Sword of Fire. That's weird. I thought for sure I saw it say Sword of Fire, but maybe it's a... That's weird. We'll have to see what's there. At this point, I'm gonna guess there's a sword hiding out there, and whether it's wind or thunder, I don't know yet, but that's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I thought it said Sword of Fire. If the Sword of Fire is out on the ocean, that's a weird... That's just a weird index. It pulled a weird name. Huh. That's very interesting. Welcome, SpeedGaming 2 Raiders, to this entry in the Crystalis Randomizer tournament. This is an elimination match between Dragondarch and Nightdew. The loser of this match is going to be eliminated from the tournament, and the winner goes on to another elimination match against their opponent, which, as I recall at the moment, has not been played yet. That match has not been played yet. So there's that consumable there. I also, once again, missed what our old pal said about Aurelius, so I didn't see that one. Dragondarch gonna pick up his teleport spell after he just burned a whole bunch of money on warp boots. You know he's not gonna be happy to see that. I mean, he's going to be happy to see that, but not after he just burned, you know, several hundred gold on warp boots. Akahana there, he wants the ivory statue. Nightdew's gonna make his way over to Shiren now. Probably that first check there in Hydra. Oh, he's just gonna go straight for Stixie. Yeah, that's what it seemed like, goes. I'm not entirely... Something isn't right about that. But if it's a sword, if it's still a sword that's there, that's pretty hot. Dragondarch gonna make his way out of Saber South now. So he does have that flight spell, so he's gonna be able to head up the slope. I don't think Nightdew checked the Tornado Bracelet spot. If he did, I missed it. No, he didn't, because when he came here before, he did not yet have flight. So this is a new check we haven't seen yet. So yeah, still missing the Sword of Wind and the Sword of Thunder, so progression's getting a little tight here at this point. It looks like Slime Kensu might actually end up being the play. Nope, you do not... Oh, there, speaking of Sword of Wind, hey, take a look at that. So we know we've got the ball. That is a Sword of Wind hiding out up there at the Tornado Bracelet spot. That's going to open up a ton of checks. Basically, everything outside of Goa Fortress at this point is now open to Dragondarch. And his first play... He's gonna head straight over to Evil Spirit Island. Now, I'm kind of surprised because I believe he's got the eyeglasses and the alarm flute. He actually could have checked Lighthouse Kensu right there while he was there in Joel. Maybe he just kind of forgot at the moment. But either way, he's heading to Evil Spirit Island where there are a lot of checks, and he's got a 75% chance of being able to full clear it with ease. Nightdew, meanwhile, getting zapped by that sand puddle there and draining a good chunk of his MP. First check here on Evil Spirit Island. And it's going to be a Mimic. Mimic? It looks like Mimics are going to be weak to wind as well as water. That's not bad. Hello, Devil Bat. Hello, Ninja. Man, they're trying hard today. Nightdew making his way through Stixie here. And, knowing that there's no Sword of Thunder here, he's going to get the full clear it. No problems. Now, we know that Stixie here was loaded, so he's going to have a whole bunch of new stuff opening up to him. Because he does have all the same items that Dragondarch does at this point, he's just slightly behind. There's a Love Pendant and a Mimic! So that Love Pendant, from what I've seen at this point, that might be what Aurelius is looking for. Yep, that is absolutely the Carissa plant. You notice Dragondarch there, he equipped it, and when he swung his sword and nothing happened, that tells you that it is guaranteed to be the Carissa plant item. Because the Carissa plant item is hard-coded to only function during change. So even though I've missed the text string twice, I'm now 100% certain Aurelius wants the Love Pendant. Dragondarch gonna make the checkpoint here just in case this box here is holding on to that Sword of Thunder. That way he can warp back. But not today. That is an antidote. No big deal. Doing a little bit of grinding here, Nightdew is, because he's found another cave that's really easy monsters that he can get some quick experience on. Not surprising. And there's his eyeglasses. Maybe he'll make that check when he heads back over to Joel. Alright, so our first chest within Sabera's castle is the Iron Necklace. Boo! I mean, granted, he's going to go ahead and equip it because that'll reduce his contact damage by... It actually will give him 16 defense. Not a bad thing. He doesn't have really anything else at this point. So, yeah, go ahead and equip it. No big deal. Oh, there we go. Free vampire. This game is extremely fast-paced. Oh, and that's a consumable over there in the lighthouse. And a consumable off of the vampire. It's very hard to watch both runners with how quick this game moves and keep track of everything that's going on. This game moves really, really fast. Nightdew making his way up the slope, going to check on our old buddy Kelbest there, which we know he's not going to be able to do anything to yet. But he's going to gain some knowledge here. And that's another Mimic over there on Dragondarch's side. I'm not keeping track with how many there are, but that was another Mimic. I've seen probably at least 5 or 6 at this point. Alright, Sabera, what are you weak to today? It is wind! Not the greatest sword to find, but you know, at this point, it's you got a fair amount of scaling here. Sabera, I don't think I'd want to be too close to her, and he also has the Iron Necklace equipped when... Probably more dangerous is going to be the projectiles. Especially if she traps him in a corner. But it doesn't look like he's having too much trouble here. Ooh! Wow, Sabera, please. He also has the refresh spell. And he takes her down. Technically an out-of-logic play. But he's going to go ahead and get the recover spell and whatever our old boy Clark's holding on to. 20-second break, he says. It's more like 6 seconds. Alright, Dragondarch going to make his lighthouse check at this point, which is a nice consumable, as we know. And Nightdew is heading over to the to make that first check in Hydra that I think he skipped out on before. Now we know where he's got to go. He's got to go to Mount Saber South, and he's got to hit that tornado bracelet spot, but he's got a lot of stuff to check at this point, so I'm not surprised to see him cleaning out some of these, you know, checks that have been around for a little bit that he's had access to. No, it's not. At all. And there's Kensu hooking up another consumable that Dragondarch does not care about. So he's going to turn in the love pendant here. We're going to get to see what Aurelius is holding on to. And she has the ball of water. Good find. Now, technically, it's not going to be necessary for progression. However, it is going to help if he has to fight any bosses, because he does not have any bracelets yet, so sword charge is not going to be as effective as it would be if he had any bracelets available. Making the play into the vampire cave here. He's got the vampire and 2 other checks he wasn't able to make before, so he's going to clean that out. Then I expect he's probably going to head over to the fog lamp and Carissa plant caves. Or Hydra. Those are basically the plays that are left. Oh, and the bat's coming back for revenge after the vampire dies. One last bop to be rewarded with a consumable. And it's an antidote. It's not wise men today. Today, it's bosses that want to give you antidotes. Oh, tried to fly over the top of those plants there and almost teleported out. Fortunately, he didn't mash through the text. And a flute of lime hiding out on Slime Kensu, so that's going to send Nightdew into the waterfall cave again. And we're going to get to find out what's actually hiding out in those caves that Dragondarch's probably going to make a play on here next. And that's a Mimic as the final check. Alright, Nightdew. Tell us what the Fog Lamp and Carissa Plant Caves are holding. How valuable is the likelihood that these plays are going to matter? Dragondarch, going to check to see if Kelbesk is weak to wind. Not a bad choice considering that, you know, Mount Saber South, or Mount Saber North is going to have an extra 3 checks. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? The Sword of Thunder is hiding out in the Fog Lamp and Carissa Plant Caves. Look at that. So that's where we know our final sword is. Nope, that's a big nope. So Dragondarch at this point should be heading probably right over. He's going to find that Sword of Thunder here. And we're also going to get to see what Akahana's holding on to. I actually like the play of coming from the bottom here. You hit the Carissa Plant Cave first. You get those 2 checks out of the way. And that's a Storm Bracelet. Oh, boy. That may never be something Dragondarch ever finds. I don't necessarily know that he's going to come back to look for that. And Nightdew trying to remember what he's missed. Unfortunately for him, he's forgetting he needs to go back to Mount Saber South. Yeah, he's racking his brain going, I don't know what I missed out on. Head to Mount Saber South. Do it! Oh, and that is going to be a consumable in the first check. Trying to get into the room here so I can see if there's anything being said in the channel. Should probably have that open anyway. If, here's the deal. At this point, it seems like it's a lot closer than it is. Dragondarch actually has a considerable lead at this point, and our tracker here failed to, not that one. That one. Our tracker here failed to update that Dragondarch has killed an extra boss. And there's the rabbit boots. That'll be a quick equip. And now we know for certain that the fog lamp cave is where the Sword of Thunder is going to be hiding. Now, it does check from the back of the cave to the front. So if it's the first check in there and he gets that Sword of Thunder, we're going to know there's probably not a whole lot going on behind it. Yes, I am actually doing both. Come on, Nightdew, head over to Brynmare. You can do it. Head back to Saber South. And there's the Tornado Bracelet, so that's an extra check on Saber South, since we know that Tornell was looking for the Tornado Bracelet. And that's also going to give them Sword Charge status. So once he finds that Sword of Thunder, he's going to be able to basically full clear the rest of the game. All he's looking for... Oh, man. Good thing he's got that recover spell. Because that was unfortunate. I am really hoping that the Sword of Thunder is in the third chest here, and he's going to have to come all the way back. Come on, Sword of Thunder, be in the third check. Oh, nope, that's a consumable. That means our Sword of Thunder is in the very last chest at the Fog Lamp location here in the Fog Lamp Cave. He's going to have to dive all the way to the end. Hopefully, for his sake, he doesn't decide to dip out. Oh, no, he's going to leave! He's going to check Hydra! Oh, man! Ooh, boy. This, if Nightdew heads over and finds that Sword of Wind, this could actually close the gap slightly, depending on what's hiding out up here on Mount Hydra. This is a play Dragondarch has made many times before. And it's kind of like, just to reference another game that you guys may have seen before, if you've seen the Zelda 1 randomizer, level 7 is notorious because it's such a large level, and the item could be buried literally anywhere, that a lot of people will skip out on the item in 7 if they find the Triforce early. And if that comes back to being something that you need to find that's buried deep in there, it can totally be the difference between winning and losing a race. And it could very well be the same thing here. As long as he remembers that he can come back to it quickly, but he's going to be going out of his way right now to do this. Nightdew, meanwhile, still forgetting about the Tornado Bracelet spot there on Saber South. I feel for him because, you know, I've been in this situation before where you've been racking your brain, you're going, I don't know what I missed. Telepathy, out on the Gozen Ledge, that's going to give him access to the checks in Oak, so he may not be going back to that Fog Lamp Cave anytime soon. He'll now have the Oak checks as well as Dio. Plus, he can actually come into, Saber North from the front side now because he has both Teleport and Telepathy. Man. Come on, Nightdew. Up 1. Move your cursor up and teleport. You're not out of this one yet. Oh, these Warlocks! What are you doing? Man, those Warlocks were trying so hard there. Fortunately, the hitbox on the Slime Beam is actually a small box in the middle. And that's a flail guy, I heard. Got a nice consumable here at the top. Yep, just paralyze it and move on. Nightdew bringing up his map. Oh, he mismarked his map. That's the problem. You can see Nightdew's map over there at the bottom left. And while I can't put my cursor on there, if you look at the bottom left side of his map there, you can see he's missing out on that Tornado Bracelet spot. Right there, in the middle. He just hasn't been there to do it yet. He didn't clear the map out, interestingly enough. Now he's going back and he's starting to check off all the locations. He went ahead and pulled up a tracker. Because he is really concerned at this point with what he's missed. Hey, you know what? I applaud him. You know? This is actually the only way, you know, to keep track of something. You know, You're trying to figure this out on the fly. I give it to him. Way to keep in this one, dude. Not give this one up. Granted, it's going to cost him a little bit of time here, but hey, he's already cost himself a fair amount of time at this point by forgetting. And we're going to get to see what's on Mount Saber North. So, at best, there's a good chance here. Nope. That's not going to be it, Nightdew. So, if Dragondarch finds his Bow of Sun here, he's going to be in boss and go mode once he finds that Sword of Thunder. But he's going to full clear this place because he's looking for that Sword of Thunder. Has no idea he was like 3 rooms away from it. But we do, and that's what makes this fun. As viewers, thanks to Nightdew picking up that Flute of Lime hint, we know 100% what he's looking for and exactly where it is. Nightdew making an... Oh, you know what? He's convinced that Kalbask here may be holding on to something, and so he's going to go for the Tink play. He's got 2 opal statues here. I mean, granted, it's going to get him access to some stuff. We know that one of the items already is a consumable. You're a brave man, Nightdew. Going for Tink's stab strats at 28 scaling. Oh, what was that? I missed it. Did anybody happen to see what that was? I think it was a worn item, because it went pretty quick. Glance away for a second, look what happens. Oh, it was the Bow of Sun. Alright, well, there you go. He's now in boss and go mode as soon as he finds that. Kalbask holding on to a medical herb. Let's see what's at the paralysis spot. It's an ivory statue. Well, the good news is he can actually go and make a play on Akahana and Brynmare, and it may actually trigger in his mind, might jog his memory, that he needs to go and head back to Saber South. And the final check here on Mount Saber North is a consumable, and Dragondarch is going to nope on out. That's a really expensive inn, and you don't really need it. But he's going to sell some stuff so that he doesn't have to worry about it. Oh, he picked up a pair of speed boots somewhere that I missed out on. I totally didn't see where he got. I thought he was moving pretty quick, but I didn't see him pick it up. Must have been looking at Nightdew's side. Oh! A couple of flail guys there having none of it. Showing him what's up. He's going to make the play into the crypt. We're going to get to see what's hiding out in the crypt. There's a very high likelihood that we're going to see all the mimics in this seed, simply because that Sword of Thunder is hiding out at the back of that fog lamp cave, and he's going to basically orphan that until he runs out of checks. Which means Nightdew is still going to be in this as long as, you know, as long as Dragondarch doesn't find that Sword of Thunder quickly. And the interesting thing here is that once he finds this Bow of Sun, there it is. So now Nightdew has a lot of the same progressionary items. He just needs to find that Sword of Wind, and he knows that Thunder is hiding out in Carissa and Foglamp Cave. So, yeah, Dragondarch not getting a whole lot here. Realistically, all he needs to do is find that, all Nightdew needs to do is find that Sword of Wind, and he's right back in this. Come on, Nightdew. You're not out of it yet. Oh, you know what? He's got Kalbask 1 down. Nope. Dragondarch, meanwhile, making every other check that he can. He's, like I said, he's going to orphan that fog lamp to the very, very end. He's going up Mount Saber South right now. He's going to turn in that tornado bracelet to Tornell. And hey, Nightdew going to turn in that ivory statue. Please, just go to Saber South. Nope, that's a pair of warp boots there. Come on, Nightdew, Saber South, do it, make the play. You can do this. I know you got it. No, don't warp away. No, don't do it. No! No! He's gonna make his play into the crypt as well. Oh, man. Oh, Dragondarch never checked. Oh, he did. He went the... Did he go the back? He must have gone the back way before. I could have sworn he's made this play, but I guess maybe not. So... That's weird. Oh, you know what? Yeah, he did. He went the other way. At least I thought he did. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, he's going to get... No, he has not been here yet, so this is new ground for him. And he doesn't realize it, but he's going to get to turn in that tornado bracelet right now. And he gets... Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. It's the flame bracelet he's looking for. My bad. Never mind. But with that hazmat suit, he's going to get the full clear of the swamp. Now, I don't think, since Nightdew does not have telepathy, we haven't seen what the first two, what the items here in the, in Oak are. So, this is new ground Dragondarch is treading. Granted, it's not really necessary ground. It's probably going to be a couple of consumables. Maybe a barrier spell? That townsperson going, no, you're not getting in here. Okay, gonna go and make his child check. And the double mimic, Nightdew finding out the crypt is not what it is, and now he's once again questioning, what did I miss? Heading back to Portoa. He's going to hit the inn here. I'm not exactly sure what he thinks he's going to make happen here, but... Did it hit him? Did it finally hit him? Come on, Nightdew. Brynmare. Brynmare. Or Amazonas. Nope, that is a wind-immune giant insect. Should still go down relatively quickly unless this green mosquito has something to say about it. He has not found the ivory statue yet, so there's nothing you can do here in Goa. Nope, that's a consumable there, giant insect. Dragondarch's got a couple of magic rings there. Nightdew does not have the Sword of Thunder yet, so he can't make the play on Mado there. That's a mirrored shield. That's the first shield. That's actually the first armor piece we've seen in the game. And a power ring. Well, a good find, but still not what he's looking for. Oh, that's right. He did find the ivory statue. That's right. He made the turn into Akahana. That is correct. So Nightdew actually can go and make the Brokahana check. Not that it's going to, you know, aid him much, but he can still do it. Now here he is again. He's looking at, going back, seeing, what did I miss? Dragondarch's going to want his warp boots back. Here, let's see if he throws it on the ground and jumps a few times. Ha-ha! Come on, jump a few times. Nope, he's just going to leave it on the ground and warp away. So now we're at the point where Dragondarch's going, well, is this the only play that's left? Nope, he can get an item from Dio here. He does have telepathy. I don't know if he checked that yet. He's gonna make the play on Slime Kensu. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna make the play on Slime Kensu and check to see what that item is. And he's hoping it's the Sword of Thunder, but it's not. It's a Flute of Lime. That's what he's going to find here. He's going to find that flute of lime, and that's going to tell him where his Sword of Thunder is, and he's going to kick himself super hard for having not fully cleared that fog lamp. I hope to God that you, please tell me you're doing it. Oh, yes. He's going to get the information on this. I can't wait to ask him about this at the end of it. All right, Nightdew! He's done it! Time to go and grab that Sword of Thunder, and he's going to be right back in this. This one's not over yet, so Nightdew has realized where that is. Dragondarch may have cleared out, like, the entire map, but because he spent all that time getting basically nothing for progression... Oh, there it is! He just realized he left that Sword of Thunder hiding out at the back of that fog lamp cave, and the level of groan coming out of him as soon as he read that is probably audible in neighboring states. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I can't wait to ask him about that. That is beautiful. So Nightdew here, making the quick checks. He's just going to run right through these caves because he knows exactly what he needs to get through this. And then it's going to be boss and go mode for him too. And I fully expect we're going to see a actual pretty good race from this point on, all things considered. Because he's, you know, granted, he does not have the speed boots yet, which I think Dragondarch may have found here in the Crystalis plant cave because I didn't see where he got them. And I think this is the only place I didn't see an item get grabbed. Nope, those are the rabbit boots. Never mind. But that tells him where his Sword of Thunder is. It's going to be hot on Dragondarch's heels here. Slightly slower than him because he does not have those speed boots yet. But we got a race here, guys. The race is on. Because if you look at their bosses, Dragondarch is only one boss ahead. And it's a boss that's essentially on the way, especially if you're going in the backside of Goa. It's really just these speed boots. Oh, Warlock, what are you doing? The snipes. Come on, you can get in there. You can get in there. Look at that. Nightdew sneaking into the cave. And there it is. We did it. So I didn't see, I'm not sure what, he might have a Ball of Thunder? Is that what he's got? But he's going to go right back to Kelbesk 1 here. Yep, he does have a Ball of Thunder. And he has a Tornado Bracelet. So, knowing he's making a quick sword charge glitch here once he gets into the backside of this, he's going to make real short work of Kelbesk here. And he also has a power ring, so watch Kelbesk just get murdered here. This is going to be great. Equip that power ring. Sword charge glitch over to Thunder. And bagoom. Bye-bye, Kelbesk. You're in trouble, sir. Gonna be a little faster than Nightdew's fight. It doesn't matter that Dragondarch's got an extra, like, 10 scaling over what Nightdew did it. This one's gonna be over real quick. Well, not as quick as I thought, but still pretty quick. And he's gonna find his consumables here. And there's that ivory statue. So now he's gonna go... He's not even worried about it. He knows he doesn't need anything. He's going straight to go. He's gonna trigger Mado here. And, he's probably going to run through the entire fortress and just hit Mado on the way out. That's the way I would route it. I would expect him to do the exact same thing. Unless he wants to come in from the backside. Nope. No, he is. He's going to hit Mado. Okay. Nightdew coming up on his Sword of Thunder here. This one's not entirely over yet. He is playing from the rear a little bit, but this one's been made into a bit of a race. So he made a save there just in case. It's wind. Look at that. Mado 1 is weak to wind. Put on that power ring and let's start shooting some tornadoes at him. Now, when it comes to the tornado bracelet and how fast Mado moves, the speed of the tornadoes is actually the same as Mado. So if you happen to get behind him and he's going across the screen and you shoot the tornadoes at the right spot, you can get him just to get hit like 8 times across the screen. It's great. All right, Mado is down. Kelbest is down. Dragondarch just has to run through the fortress here real quick and he'll be off to the tower. Now, here's the interesting thing. Because Dragondarch has no Flame Bracelet, no Thunder Bracelet, and he's only got a Wind Bracelet, his tower will be slower than Nightdew's, because Nightdew already has the Storm Bracelet. So he'll be able to just hammer his way through there. And I believe he has Ball Water, too. Oops. And we know Dragondarch is never going to go back for that Storm Bracelet. So walking right next to each other, Dragondarch slightly faster, gonna get into Kelbest about, never mind, because he stopped to charge. So we got a high five here. Kelbest not weak to fire. Nope, it's water. Today Kelbest is weak to water. Ooh, Nightdew does not have the ball of water. That's gonna make this a fun fight for Nightdew. That is a dangerous place to try to fight Kelbest. Oh man, he doesn't have the power ring either. I thought Nightdew did have the power ring. No? Oh, that's right, because it came from Oak, and he has not been there. There's the Flame Bracelet. Never mind what I said. Flame Bracelet for both runners at the same time. And that's going to be a Kelbest 2 for both of our runners. And that's a Psycho Shield. I expect Dragondarch might check it because it's right here. He'll be happy to see it. That's a defensive upgrade for projectiles. But yeah, I wouldn't expect Dragondarch to go out of his way to do anything that's not literally directly in his path. Which means we may be finishing the game without any armor whatsoever. I know at this point Dragondarch's sitting there feeling like, oh my god, I gotta be playing from behind as to where the location of this Sword of Thunder is. Unbeknownst to him, Nightdew had the foobar there with the Saber South, you know, for getting the Tornado Bracelet slope. Now fortunately for Nightdew here, because, I mean, he's slightly lower on damage because he doesn't have a power ring, but Sabera is weak to, you know, one of the most efficient bracelets you could have. So, I mean, his clear time here is not going to be terrible. Depending on what Mado is weak to here, there are some plays that can be made. He's really not... He's not terribly behind. Well, actually, it would be 1, even though it's Sabera 2. We have 1 incarnation of Sabera dead. Dragondarch checking to see what that is. No, never mind. He's going to hang on to that medical herb. Nightdew grabbing the Psycho armor there that Dragondarch missed out on because he doesn't need to make any extra checks. I guess Nightdew just must be looking for like the ball or bracelet of water. But maybe power or warrior ring. But yeah, that's not really going to aid him much at this point. Not fire. Or was it and I just didn't see the flash? Nope. Oh, it's wind. Both Mado 1 and 2 were weak to wind. And at 42 scaling, wind is not exactly the sword you want to see Mado 2 being weak to. Oh, man, he stopped just short of taking the bop there. Ooh. Yeah, this is going to be a rough fight, especially for Nightdew coming up here. because he does not have that tornado bracelet. And he's going to jump up and down a couple of times, not particularly happy with our old boy Mado there. And he's heading off to the tower. Looks like it's going to stay at the inn. And hang on. I'm not sure. Oh, he just wants to stay at the inn. I was going to say, I don't know what he would be buying. Oh, Nightdew does have the tornado bracelet. Cool. Very good. Not going to be the worst fight ever. His scaling is a little bit lower than Dragondarch's was, but he is missing that power ring. Ooh, got him. Nice. Good job, Nightdew. All you got to do is head back to the back here. You get to kill Carmine because you have exactly what he's weak to at this point. And then warp out, take down Mado 1, and then off to Evil Spirit Island. And he'll be probably about 10 minutes or so behind Dragondarch here, getting to Dragon. 10 or 11 minutes, I would guess, at this point. Because it's really just the run through Evil Spirit Island that he's, you know, missing out on. Dragondarch going in at level 10. This is, as I mentioned before, this is him not realizing, you know, thinking that he's playing from behind at this point. So he's not going to mess around with this one. He's going to go in with minimal scaling here. It is going to make for a slightly more difficult fight, but at the same time, he's, like I said, he's probably figuring he's playing from behind slightly. You know, they never did find the barrier spell. Ugh. Fortunately, the Opal Bracelet effect does not clear out Flame Bracelet like it does the Thunder spell. So he was able to continue getting his damage in there. But man, Dragon's balls are really just... they're putting in work. Because there's no barrier here. Dragondarch is taking a few extra hits. And there it is. Dragon's down. No big deal. Carmine is also down for Nightdew. He is going to make the final check here. Find out that it's another consumable he doesn't need. And we got hype music over on Dragondarch's side. Get ready for it. Fortunately here, the Flame Bracelet is strong enough with the Power Ring that he's not going to have to worry too much about damage output. This helicopter. So the most dangerous thing on the in the tower at this point is absolutely going to be these helicopters. He has no armor, and he's not going to equip the iron necklace at this point. So because he has the Psycho Shield, he is getting a fair amount of defense versus projectiles, but he doesn't have anything against physical hits. So yeah, those helicopters are going to do massive chunks of damage to him. Pushing the robot down the stairs there. Doesn't have to kill that one anymore. But the Flame Bracelet did knock the bronze robot right into him. He was running away from the helicopter, and the Flame Bracelet just knocked that robot right into him. Taking damage either way. Oop, hey, what are you doing there, white robot? Where you going, pal? Helicopter giving the jukes. Nightdew making his way to Evil Spirit Island. Gonna go ahead for his final boss. Ooh, what are you doing here? Come on, helicopter. The helicopters are putting in work today. Dangerous. Alright. Final level. And we got a good robot that went left. Dragondarch would have let it walk just a little bit further. He could have blasted both of those in a single shot. Man, the robots, this is what you would call a less than stellar tower, simply due to how all the robots have moved. They have been less than kind. I also expect that we're going to see Dragondarch going for destroying the turret strats, because he has no barrier, and yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him trying to just tank that out. Nope, nope. He wants to get as close to that as possible. Do his final menuing here, it looks like. Full heal, burn that ring. Make that checkpoint so he's ready to go, just in case he happens to die. And we're off to the races. Nightdew, figuring out that that wind sword is what the vampire is immune to. Got a quick kill on him, and he's off to Sabera. Yep, and here's Dragondarch taking down the turrets, playing it safe. I do not fault him at all for this. This is the right play at this point. And this one should be over probably in about 35 seconds or so. 25 seconds. And there you have it. Dragondarch has finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 45 seconds. Let me get my headphones on here so when he jumps into the booth, we could talk about this a little bit, because you know what our first question to him is going to be, right? So, GG, sir.
How did I win that?
You want to know how? I'll tell you how. Because Nightdew spent probably 25 minutes forgetting about the tornado bracelet spot on Mount Saber South. That's how.
Oh.
Yes. So he did Mount Saber before he went to the waterfall cave. And because of that, he did not have flight to be able to get up to the tornado bracelet spot. So in his mind, he had full cleared Mount Saber. And because of that, he basically, even went out of his way to tink Kelbesk 1 to try to find something that he could do. And he finally realized, you know, at about the 48-ish minute mark, what he was missing. You, on the other hand, let's get to that one. So, how do you feel about that Sword of Thunder?
You are also not allowed to roll seeds anymore.
Hey, no. You can't blame me for that one. You can
You
only
rolled it.
yourself. No, you put that check off all game, sir. That was all on you. I had nothing to do with that. That was not a bad seed. In fact, here's what's really funny about this. So, when you were in the Fog Lamp Cave, Nightdew had gone back and gotten the Flute of Lime off of Slime Kensu. So while you're getting ready to head into the Fog Lamp and the Carissa Plant Caves, he goes over and realizes, oh, the Sword of Thunder is in either Fog Lamp or Carissa Plant Cave. So when you cleared Carissa first and then went over and boned out after you got the third chest in Fog Lamp Cave, oh man, that was the point at which we were all like, okay, well, he's going to orphan that the entire rest of the game. We'll see how much of the seed he's going to clear before he finally makes his way back there. And sure enough, it was probably the last or the second to last possible thing you could do. Because when you got the hint for it and you walked in there with that Flute of Lime, I was saying on the stream going, oh God, I can't wait for this, because there's going to be an audible groan when he gets this hint that can be heard in neighboring states.
So the only spot I had not checked when I got the Flute of Lime was the back of Oasis Cave.
Ah, yes.
Literally,
the powering spot.
Literally the only spot. I couldn't do Tornal because I didn't have the Flame Bracelet yet.
Sure.
So it was literally the Power Bracelet spot or back of Fog Lamp, and then I got the Flute of Lime. I'm like, okay, at least I can go get a hint to see if I missed it in Fog Lamp. Sure enough, I'm like, oh, I was 100% certain I'd lost the race already. Like, I was 100% certain that there was no way I was going to win with Thunder in the back of Fog Lamp, and I checked it dead last.
Yeah, well, when you went into the tower at level 10, I made the mention of he feels like he's playing from behind at this point. So He basically is going to just go for this because there's no way he thinks that he's, you know, in the lead at this point.
I had Power Ring. 10's fine. Like, I don't care what my scaling is. Level 10 is enough if you got Power Ring. 12 if you don't. That's basically my rules for it.
Well,
so 10 is fine.
Nightdew does not have the Power Ring. Because
I forget why I even got the thing at this point.
You got it in Oak off of the Elder.
Oh, right.
Because he made the play early since he had the hazmat suit. You know, he did Saber South early. What he didn't do is he didn't have telepathy, so he wasn't able to get it.
Ah.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Well then.
So yeah, that was those were basically the main things that went into this match. And really, and here's the excellent thing. So when Nightdew finally realized and got his Sword of Wind, that was about the same point at which you were walking through the Fog Lamp Cave to get your Sword of Thunder. So he really wasn't insanely behind. However, he had no Power Ring and he had no Speed Boots. So, he closed the gap as well as he possibly could have, all things considered. But, yeah, I mean, realistically, it was just forgetting about the Tornado Bracelet spot is what just destroyed him.
Well, if he didn't have Sword of Wind, then he couldn't have done Evil Spirit Island. And I believe... No, wait, no, I didn't tank Severa 1 down. I tanked Carmine, I know that much, and almost lost it.
Yes, you did. You did tank Carmine. That one cost you a lot to get absolutely nothing.
It did get him dead.
I mean,
I didn't have to go in the back way the second time.
Yeah, I mean, Nightdew, he ducked out instead of doing it. So when he killed Mado 2, he just went back and literally he was weak to Thunder. So he just stormed him and that was it. It was pretty much over right away.
Yeah, I'll usually tank Carmine while I'm there, even if I don't have, if I don't have the right sword. Carmine's got low enough HP, and at low levels of scaling, he's not that bad.
No, Carmine's not really a big deal. He's probably the second easiest of all of them, next to Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nightdew is on the second floor of the tower here, using the Flame Bracelet strats, as expected. Now, he does have the Storm Bracelet, which you never did find. And guess what? You were actually 2 rooms away from grabbing it. Because the Storm Bracelet was hanging out on Stone Dakahana.
At that point, I didn't care.
No, I know you didn't, but I knew as soon as you got the hint, not only were you groaning across the country, but that you were not going to be picking that up.
No.
So yeah, this is one of those races where both of you are sitting there going, I don't know how I could have possibly, won this race.
It's like I kept after the 50 or so minute mark, I kept looking over at IRC to see if he had finished yet, and I find the Sword of Thunder. I'm like, okay, it's a little, it's like 50 something minutes. I look over, he hasn't finished, and I'm like, he has to be close. He's got to be close because I still have to do all of Goa Fortress now.
Yep. Well, as you didn't know, he had all of Goa Fortress, Sabera 1, and Mado 1 that he had to do, because he had no Sword of Wind for literally 25 minutes that you did.
Well, that's not much different than what I had. I had Kelbesk 1, Mado 1, and all of Goa Fortress, except Carmine.
Right, and honestly, if you didn't have the Power Ring and the Speed Boots, this would probably be a very, very close race right now. I think you guys would probably be neck and neck at this point. No jokes. I mean, that's really how close Nightdew basically could have made it, simply based on the fact that, he had a lot of the same things to do that you did. You just were able to do it all faster because you had Speed Boots and Power Ring.
Right.
I mean, you had only a couple of extra bosses that he didn't have.
I mean, real distance-wise, the only advantage I had is that I could go straight to Kelbask, whereas he still had to clear all of Evil Spirit Island.
Right. That was really the only major difference between the two of you. And it looks like my original call here of him being about 10 minutes behind you is going to be right spot on. Based on
what barrier?
Nope. Neither one of you found barrier. Where were the speed boots, by the way?
I don't remember. I legit do not remember where I found those.
Yeah, I didn't see where you found them. I like, suddenly you're running faster, and I was like, oh, okay. And Nightdew is going to finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 40 seconds. Which way did it go, George, is the comment from Nightdew. Yeah, we'll see if we can get Nightdew in here. Get the, Nightdew's going to be in here anyway, because he's commentating the next couple of matches. Nightdew, GG, sir. Are you are you upset at the seed, at me, at yourself, or at Saber South?
At myself. Because while searching for that, I stated in my head no less than 3 times, I can't be over there. I've already been there.
Yeah, I noticed at one point you actually pulled up a map and were like starting to check off locations, and then you went, oh, hey, here's a location I didn't check. And then when that didn't lead to anything, you pulled back up the map and went, okay, check off, check off, check off, check off. Oh, hey, here's something else. And I was like, when is he going to make it back?
I was hoping, like, going entirely out of logic, like, I'm hoping, like, it's telepathy leading to something, and my Tink fight against Kelbisk won. I was just like, okay, well, maybe it was sort of wind there or something, or this puts me back in logic because it found telepathy, and everything's gonna be cool because I find it here. That wasn't the case.
Yeah. Sorry if you can hear the typing in the background. I have a match coming up immediately after this with Cross Product, which Nightdew will be commentating, and so I'm trying to get some of this stuff set up.
That's fine. I'll make this kind of quick since I am commentating this thing. So, yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where, you know, it kind of like, you know, the mood kind of dropped. The only good thing is by finding Bow of Sun in Saber North, I knew I could go mode the rest of the game, so I didn't have to check, like, most of anything in Go of Fortress, ESI. I could just run right through them, but not enough.
Yeah, I mean, Dragondarch, basically, when you got the Sword of Thunder, you were only, like, about a minute behind Dragondarch. The main difference here is that he had Speed Boots and Power Ring at that point, and you didn't. So he basically...
or Go of Fortress?
It was neither of those, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember where I got Speed Boots. Power Ring was on the Oak Elder.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, essentially, you know... If he hadn't had those 2 items, the only thing he had done that you hadn't was Evil Spirit Island. So it was still would have been a really, really close race, all things considered.
Right.
Instead of being 10 minutes apart, it probably would have been like 2.5 minutes apart.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't feel bad about the play at all. Just like, I mean, I know, like, I mean, I knew in my head, like, especially like again, like Tink fight against Kelbisk, I'm like, there is a very strong possibility it isn't here because there's got to be this one logical check that I'm missing that opens everything up because it's sort of wind wherever. And as soon as the ball dropped, like, I think on the second map check, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, it felt like, you know, you don't spot Dragondarch leads like that. You don't.
No.
Well, to be fair, I had exactly 1 check left. I had 2 checks left that could possibly be Sword of Thunder, and then I got the Lime Flu and got the hint that it was in Fog Lamp, and I had already cleared Fog Lamp and Carissa except for the very back of Fog Lamp.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember getting that hint a lot earlier because I think because I hadn't got the Sword of Wind, I was following that massive chain that did include Flu. I'm like, okay, well, there's Sword of Thunder, which, you know, kind of limits the logic on what I can do, but tells me, you know, hey, it's not a Go Fortress at least.
Now, here's the beautiful thing. You got the hint while Dragondarch was walking through those caves.
The first time.
So we knew the entire run that he ducked out away from that Sword of Thunder.
My first
Okay.
trip in there, though, I didn't have speed boots, and usually if I don't have speed boots, I won't check the back if I don't know there's going to be something there. If I
Yeah.
have speed boots, I'll usually do it, just because it's such a long walk to get to that one
It
chest.
really is.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, I don't mean to cut you guys off, but we do need to get back to the pre-race screen here so we can get this set up and get this going.
Yeah, absolutely. Let the people in voice know. I will be there in just a minute. I gotta do a quick restroom, and then I will be ready to go for you guys' next match here.
Yeah, same with me. GG to both of you. Nightdew, I will talk to you a little bit more after the race. Dragondarch,
Absolutely.
congratulations. You are moving on in the tournament. Nightdew, you are unfortunately eliminated at this point. And we are going to get set up here for the next race. Stay
All right.
tuned.
Yep, GG again.
Yep. Good race.